welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you are here for another fun video. I am Katie and you are watching my 31 days of Vlogtober, and we are going off of yesterday's prompt. So yesterday's was 2010's horror. So this guy right here. So I am super excited to hear about your picks for your favorite 2010 horror films. So we will get to that in just a couple minutes, and we are going to start with my book recommendation. So today's is another nod to my witchy people out there, and this is the Daily Spell Book for the Good Witch. So it's this lovely book right here, and so this is set up with every single day it's a new spell that they give you. So if you are looking for, like, let's look for today's spell. So today is October 21st, and let's see, October 21st. It's an end of harvest prosperity spell. So it gives you kind of the information for the day. It gives you what you need ingredients wise and what you need to set your intentions, and then it goes over a incantation that you can make, and the thing I really love about this stuff is they're just giving you a guide. If you're not one that really enjoys incantations and saying spells and things like that out loud, you can just have your intentions set. You don't necessarily need to do a whole song and dance about it. You can just kind of do what you need to do in order to accomplish the task. You know what I mean? So that is today's spell. Let's look up what the spell is for my birthday. Spell on my birthday is spell to calm your anger. Well, lately I've had a lot of that with the current political climate. I'm so excited that we are only a couple weeks away, like what, a week and a couple days away from the election. So thank God for that. I am so tired of the incessant phone calls, and oh my gosh, anywhere you go, they're asking about if you're registered to vote and all that stuff. So that's a good one for me to release some of my anger towards people that just keep bothering me incessantly about this stuff. But it's a beautiful book, and like I said, it kind of guides you through a spell a day. So I just think it's wonderful. And this is a book, it's from 2016, and I picked this one up from, Spencer's Gifts, actually, is where I found this one. And I don't know, I really enjoy it. So then I like at the beginning, it goes by your magic month by month, and it gives you a general day of the week kind of advice to go through. So on Sunday, you want to focus your spells to be regarding healing, spiritual success, protection, and strength. On Mondays, you want to do spells for peace, dreams and sleep, intuition and purification. Tuesdays, you want to do battle and conflict, passion and sex. Wednesday, you want to do studying and learning, wisdom and communication. Thursday is prosperity and abundance, money and generosity. Friday is love, beauty, friendship, and reconciliation. And Saturday is security, stability, longevity, and spells for your home. So I really love that they kind of give you a general guide to that, because some days are more attuned to certain aspects. So that's why they've kind of narrowed it down for you. So if you have issues with sleep, maybe you're having some bad dreams, or you're just not able to get to sleep, you're going to want to wait till your next Monday to do a spell that's going to be for that. So it'll really be attuned to that specific need. I'm not sure why it works that way. It's just kind of a tried and true thing with witches throughout the decades. So these are the 7 days and what you should kind of set your intentions for those days of the week. So sometimes these spells, they kind of fall on a day that's not a day that's attuned to it, but they just kind of tell you to mark and note the spell and then do it on your next Monday, your next Tuesday coming up. So that's the only thing that's a little wonky about this book, is that there isn't a set, day of the week in that respect. But they are giving you a special spell for every single day, and I think that that's really, really great. So this is my pick for today. It's the Daily Spell Book for the Good Witch. And like I said, there's a lot of great information in here. And if you're just generally starting to learn about witchcraft, it is a great kind of wealth of knowledge. So definitely recommend The Good Witch's Spellbook. So let's go into my movie recommendations for today. And 2010's horror, I thought there was a lot of good stuff that happened in this decade. Some people like to say that this is the worst decade for horror, and I don't know why they would say that. They kind of think like 2000s and 2010s are a dead zone for quality horror, and I have already shown you in past vlogs that that is untrue at all. Some of my favorite film franchises came out in the 2000s and 2010s. So today's going to be no different. I will be showcasing two very important films for me. One is a series, and we've already talked about this before because we've talked about with music choices previously, but I absolutely, and this may be one of my top favorite horror movies of all time, and that is the Insidious franchise. So I have both Insidious and Insidious 2 on DVD. There are 4 Insidious films out currently. I do not have the rest of them because it was the same thing like with Underworld. I saw that they were coming out with more and more of them, and I went, well, let's just wait and see if I can get a box set, like a Blu-ray box set with all 4 of them. So I have not caught up on that, and I definitely need to do that because I kind of fell off the wagon with purchasing these. But then I've started buying movies off of YouTube. So like I bought them on YouTube so that I have them anywhere I go. So I need to jump back on that bandwagon. But still, these movies especially are extraordinary. And I want to talk about this one for a second. So everybody loves Insidious because it was unique and a different take on the haunted house genre. You know what I mean? It's the tagline is, you know, it's not the house that's haunted, it's your son. And so they talk about how he's able to astral project and can leave his body, and when he's gone and away from his body, it leaves his body susceptible to other beings trying to possess it. So that is really the story with Insidious, is trying to get, because the kid falls into a coma and he's lost his body. He can't find his way back to his body. So that's the issue. And so his father, played by Patrick Wilson, learns that he has also been able to, in the past, astral project. So he is tasked with going and trying to find his son. You find out that there's some truly insidious things trying to inhabit his body, and it is just an absolutely incredible film. But as much as I love the first movie, guys, I really, really loved the second movie. So it takes our prompt from the first movie, and the first movie ended on such a cliffhanger. You know, the main one of the main female leads, played by the incredible Lynn Shay, she is murdered, and so they just kind of ended it there, and you were like, what it's crazy. So the second movie kind of picks up where the first one left off, and they follow deeper into the backstory of the dad character, Josh, his history with being able to astral project and visit a place called the Further. And that's where all of these, lost souls, demons kind of lie in wait to get into a human host's body. And so this one really kind of goes further into that storyline. It talks about kind of the creation of the main ghost demon entity in the family's life, because at the end of Insidious you find out that Josh has not come back. He didn't find his body. A ghost or a demon found his body. So that's kind of the overall arch coming from the first movie, and now you got to see if we can get this thing out of Josh and find Josh's personal, persona, and bring him back to his body. And it is just incredible the way that they were able to incorporate things that happened in the first film, different an alarm going off and knocks and things going on within the house, piano music being played eerily, I just thought it was genius. I'd never seen anything like that in a film, where they could bring strange elements from the first film and then kind of give you the answers to it, how it happened, why it happened, and I just thought it was incredible. Rose Byrne is fabulous in this movie as the boy's mom, and Dalton and Foster are great characters. Although Foster, you get like so little of him in both movies. I mean, the poor kid is dealing with all this stuff with his brother, and but he's just such a minor character, really, in the grand scheme of things. But both boys were very good in this film, and oh man, if I'm talking about movies that really made me like walk out of the theater and go, what? Like, I loved everything about this movie. And of course they brought back Lin Shaye, because you can't kill off Lin Shaye and expect to continue the series and not have her there. So then on the third movie, they do like a prequel. So they're going back to Lin Shaye's beginning. And then the fourth movie, it's the same thing. They're still working within Lin Shaye's storyline. And so I don't know if they're thinking about continuing the Insidious franchise or not. I really hope that they do maybe a progression after Lynn's passed away and she's like, put the reins down on her two kind of bumbling employees that she has. And I don't know. I will talk up Insidious forever. I think it's a bit of a polarizing choice. Some people in the horror community don't like Insidious. I don't know what their reasoning is. I have no idea why you wouldn't absolutely adore that movie. But, I mean, everyone's got their own opinions. Everyone is entitled to those. But my opinion is that Insidious is one of the best things to happen to horror in a very long time. Scream brought people back to the slasher genre, and Insidious brought people back to the haunted house genre. So I love Insidious. Like I said, I'll talk it up forever. Insidious and The Conjuring, both of those series are at the top of my favorites. So I love them, love them, love them, and you definitely should check those out. So Insidious, the first movie came out in, I think it was 2011. So this one came out in 2011, and then Insidious Chapter 2, that one came out in 2013. So definitely check out the Insidious franchise. The third one came out, I think, in 2015, and then the fourth movie came out in 2018, I think. So go back and get yourself caught up on the Insidious series. Like I said, the second one is my favorite in the series, and I think I've put them in a rank before, but 2, 1, 4, 3 would be my rank for these movies. I just think that they're so good. So definitely check out the Insidious franchise. And the next movie I want to talk about, this one I don't think got a lot of play. I don't think many people saw this, and I am going back on my word again about me not liking possession films, but I really liked this movie and it was so scary. So this is Deliver Us from Evil. This guy right here. Oh my God. So this movie came out in 2014. And I went and saw this one in theaters. I don't know what the heck I was thinking, but went and saw it in theaters and had the absolute shit scared out of me from pretty much the beginning of this movie all the way through. It was terrifying. Eric Bana plays a lead New York City detective who is following this case. There is a murder that takes place at a local zoo. I think it's the Bronx Zoo. And this is actually based on a real story. It's this detective's real story. And it is terrifying. There are elements in this movie I didn't see coming. There were, oh God, the main, I don't know, demon-y type character in this is hideous. There's a picture of him on the back. I'm going to show him to you. So it's this guy right here. He scared the living hell out of me throughout this whole movie. And this is one I don't revisit as often as my other favorite films, but it is absolutely terrifying. And if you want a good scary movie around this time of the year, I can't recommend Deliver Us from Evil enough. It is genuinely so scary, you know, because you have the mystery elements, you know, you're trying to solve the crime and try and figure out what's going on in the story. You have this supernatural element with people being possessed and this demonic type character that's kind of just following around the characters. And man, absolutely terrifying, and a very good job by Eric Bana. Like, I'm not a huge Eric Bana fan. I haven't seen a whole lot of things he's been in. I know he was the Incredible Hulk at one point. He was in The Time Traveler's Wife, and or is it Time Traveler's Husband, Time Traveler's Wife, whatever that movie's called. He was in that, and like I said, I've seen a couple things he's been in, but I don't really follow his whole repertoire of films. But this put him in a much higher view in my eyes. I thought he did an absolutely extraordinary job in this role. I think I might actually rewatch this here soon because it is so scary. I think it's available on Hulu, so you can watch it pretty immediately. It's either Hulu or Netflix. I saw it while I was scrolling the other day. I think it's Hulu, but definitely worth a watch, guys. Oh my God. So if you have not seen Deliver Us from Evil, definitely check this one out. You will not be disappointed. So let's go ahead and move on into my TV suggestion today. And this is another Netflix series. It's only got one season out, but they were greenlit for a second season. So we are anxiously awaiting season 2 currently, and the show I'm talking about is Locke Key. So if you have not seen Locke Key yet, oh wow, you are so missing out on a terrific story. So this is, I think the original source material was a graphic novel, and it kind of follows this family. Their father passes away under awful circumstances. He plays kind of a teacher, I think a psychiatrist teacher role, and one of his patients murders him. And so you follow along the story of the family moving to his childhood home, and some spooky things are happening around this house, and you uncover that there are certain keys that are hidden around the house, and when you find the keys, they do specific things. Like there's one where you can just stick it in the back of someone's neck, and when you turn it, the person shuts down, and then they kind of get transported somewhere. There were other keys, like I said, in the first season, and I know that they're going to keep introducing us to more as the seasons, hopefully multiple seasons, progress. But it is such I never saw a show like this before. It was a really cool premise, and I love the characters so much. There's this running gag in the show where one of the younger kids sees his brother flip somebody off. And he goes, I don't know what that means. And he's like, oh, it's just a way to say hello, kind of thing. So then the kid walks around flipping everybody off. It's so funny and so pure, you know. Kids do the darndest things. And it was a lot of levity, you know, in this show where you're just not entirely sure what's going on. And unfortunately, the family is confronted again with this individual who has murdered their father, and they kind of take this wild ride with, it's kind of a home invasion story at that point, and also a mystery, also like a ghost tale. There are so many fabulous elements in this show, and I cannot wait for season 2. I think that, of course, with COVID, it's been put on the back burner too. So we're just going to have to kind of wait and see what happens when that finally releases. But I'm waiting patiently. I'm still waiting for Stranger Things, and I will wait for this one because it is just incredible. So definitely check out Locke & Key. It is, like I said, on Netflix right now. You can stop this video and go watch it, and you won't be disappointed. It's a great storyline. Like I said, the characters are all fabulous in it, and I can't recommend it enough. So that is my choice today for my TV recommendation is Locke & Key. So we're going to go ahead and move on to my prompt for tomorrow. And prompt for tomorrow is masked maniacs. So this is the prompt. I want to see all your favorite masked horror guys, you know, and typically this is another nod to the slasher genre. So, you know how slashers are always covering up their faces. So I want to see what you got here for your favorite masked maniacs. So I will leave you with that, and I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Hope you guys are healthy, that you're taking care of yourself and each other. You're masking up when you're outside, and you're doing your part to get all of this stuff gone. So I will see all of your lovely faces in the next video.